What's up? What's up? What's up? This is your boy Fareed Rashad, and you're here with Keep It Sharp with Fareed Rashad. What's up, everybody? How you doing out here? Yep. Once again, it's on. Since our last episode, we was talking about barber prices, and and I said it before, and I say it again. Charge what you want to charge, but make sure it fits the demographic, and that your customers are in the position to pay the price that you're charging for that area. And that's pretty much I wanted to reiterate on that. So we're gonna leave that alone, and just hope you have a client who sees the value in you and gives you what you deserve. And that's all I can say about that. So let's get it on. Okay, on the other things, being a barber, working in shops, especially in the neighborhood shops, we come across a lot of young clients who may be out there doing things like trapping or hustling or whatever the case may be, especially in the urban areas. It's our job to make sure that these kids can try to stay on the straight and narrow. I mean, we are known to be like therapists and the guy that knows what's going on in the neighborhood. As barbers, we know everything that's going on in the neighborhood. At least some of us do. And, and we too have a responsibility to the neighborhood and the community to try to lead them young guys in the right direction. And right now we have some of the biggest gun and violent cases in American history. 2023, 2022, Philadelphia, New York, Detroit. There's a few cities to name have big epidemic of gun violence. Atlanta, forgot to mention Atlanta. Atlanta also. We have a lot of mass shootings, schools, churches, you name it is out there. People going in convenience stores, shooting black people. Listen, man, it's out of control out here, and it's up to us to try to do our part in trying to alleviate some of that violence. We know the same old song. Oh, it starts at home. It starts with the parents. Yeah, it does. But it takes a community to raise a child. As they always used to say, it takes a village. But it takes a community. It takes influence. It takes caring, showing some compassion, and that's just pretty much what it is. And some of these kids, depending on who's raising them, there's some things that's missing. There's some things that's missing at home. We can't say what it is because we don't know. Everybody's got their own issues and everybody's individual, but we are in a crisis, especially the black male. He's in a crisis. We got a lot of rappers out here dying. We got a lot of, innocent people out here dying, because of someone's mental health or situation that's going on in their home or their job, whatever it is. We got to do our part as barbers and stylists and beauticians and whatever else, we feel we're in, to try to help curb some of that behavior, because that's what it is. It's a behavior that's glorified through music and culture, and it's up to us to try to keep somewhat of a balance, because they come to us for haircuts. They come to us to look good. And they'll talk about certain things, but what we need to be talking to these young guys about is pulling these triggers, because we're headed to self extinction. That's what we're headed to. The jails are full. Um, with behavior that we can, we can do better than this, bro. So I'm saying this to you, my young brothers. Listen, we're not here to judge you, because when I was your age, when I was younger, I was involved in some gun and shooting and gun play, as they call it, myself. And I went through this course systems. I had to go through certain things to get up out of it. And what I learned going through that process is this is definitely not it. you know. And mine was a little different. I wasn't just shooting at people randomly. This was more of a self-defense issue. So, I'm out and here to tell you about it years and years later. So I understand, the power it may give some of you guys to tote these weapons of destruction, because that's what they are. But I feel they also are weapons that are needed by responsible adults who, understand what's out here, and there's some bad people out here. I make no mistake about it. That's why police officers carry them. That's why a lot of different people in different fields carry them, because there is a real security threat out here. But the threat that's most concerning me right now is the threat of our own selves. We're looking at each other with so much hate and distaste that is weird. I never seen so much self-hatred. I come up during the 80s when there was the crack epidemic. Right now, we got a black epidemic where young black guys are shooting each other at a high rate. The morgues is filling, the funeral homes is filling. We just went through a pandemic. And to only turn right around and become a pandemic ourselves. So I definitely, want to try to help curb that behavior. Mental health could be a big part of it. I'm not a health professional. I'm not a mental health professional. But as a barber, by seeing so much and clients coming in, sometimes we take on their issues and we feel them, we listen to them, and living life to the best of our ability is our goal. We're there to make money. We're there to provide a service. We're there to listen. But do we listen? Do we say anything to these guys? For me, lately I have been saying something to these guys. Before, I wouldn't say too much. But now I feel like it's our responsibility to try to curb some of this behavior, and that it is what it is. I don't have all the answers. I don't. I'm not here to judge these kids. I'm not here to tell their mama you need to be a better mama, or the father to be a better father. I don't know. We have a hard time as it is to manage our own selves and manage our own mental health and issues that we got going on. So let's clap to that. What are some of the other things that we face in this economy? And we're probably soon to be up on another election. Trump, Biden. I'm not really a political guy, and I don't really want to get into it. But you guys got to see what's happening out here as far as the economy, and I'm here in Florida, so our economy may be a little different from the state that you live in, but it's tight. Things is tight out here. The housing market is up to all-time high. You know, we people are out here, and we talking about white and black and Hispanic. We ain't talking about just black people. We talking about the human race right now. There's power moves being made by people with influence and money. We got social media and people. Then we got people out here. We all doing the same things. You know, we all doing the things. You know, everybody's trying to do DoorDash or Uber, or we're doing things online, Shopify, T-shirts, wherever the case may be. We're all trying to do some of the things that are profitable, and it's to the point where it's becoming saturated. I feel that's just me. I make T-shirts myself. I made T-shirts back 15 years ago, and of course I didn't make $1 million and hundreds and thousands of dollars. It was just to make a few T-shirts. A side hustle, as they would say. But for some people, it's a career, and we got to get back to people being skilled in different areas, in different stages of their life. Like butchers. There were butchers who were really skilled butchers. There were blacksmiths who, took care of the horses and did different things. We had doctors, we have lawyers, but right now it seems like we all want to be a rapper. We all want to, have a podcast. We all want to, it's social media based, it's internet based. We all want to Shopify, and I have 2 or 3 Shopify stores, and I don't make any money because I don't know what I'm doing. So you have to pay people to set it up for you and make it run right. And I don't know, the hustle out here is different. It's a new hustle. So the internet is a hustle in itself. And I say this. Do what you're passionate about, whatever it is. If it's sneakers, if it's T-shirts, if it's doing a podcast, but make sure that you do your homework on these different fields and know exactly what you're getting into and the time it's going to take to be successful, depending on what your topics are, depending on how often you do it. So when I started this podcast, it was about 3 years ago, or 2.5 to 3 years ago. I was going to try to do an episode every week, but then it started off that way, but then things got in the way, and I think this may be my 15th episode, so I'm a little behind, and that's okay. We all, have our time, but the key is with this, you want to be consistent. You want to be, talk about things that are meaningful and impactful on the audience that's listening to you. So I'm trying to do that. And that's all we can do, bro. That's all we can do. So if I go a week, I skip a week, I apologize in advance. But I definitely want to try to be more consistent. So if you're out there thinking about doing whatever you think about doing, try to be consistent at it. Try to be as dedicated or committed to it as possible as you can. And then have a reason for even doing it in the first place. We don't want, let's not do things because it's a fad to do. Let's do it because it's something that you wanted to try or wanted to do. And just do it. Don't care about what I say about it. Don't care about what anybody say. Go ahead and do it. But find you a lane or a niche within that lane that works for you. And that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to find me a niche. And that's pretty much it. I've been a barber over 40 years. And I'm still currently cutting hair full time. And I like cutting hair, don't get me wrong. And it helps pay the bills. But there's other things that I also do. I'm a people know if people know me, they know I'm a filmmaker and a photographer. So I like shooting. I shoot a lot of fashion and fine art stuff. Um, but I like this. I want to start shooting cars. I don't. I never really shot cars. I would like to try it and see how it works. Because I don't. I'm not a type of photographer who shoots everything. I like to shoot certain things and do my best at shooting that particular genre. And you want to try to specialize in something. Even in hair cutting, I like to cut. I'm not really a design guy. I don't do designs, but I like to make sure my lines are straight and my fades are blended to the best of my ability. And that's all we can do out here, man. Just do things that make you happy and not what they're doing it because they're doing it. Do it because you want to do it and be the best ever and carve out a lane for yourself. And if you had to create a whole new damn highway, create a lane for yourself and get a niche that's special that you can specialize in. So that's all I want to say about that. Until next time, I want give you guys something to think about. We're living in a time where violence, political influence, things that affect all of us seems only concern some of us. But we should be concerned about everything that's going on. We should be concerned about everything that's going on. And to my young bulls, listen, bro. I ain't saying don't carry your guns. Carry your guns. But carry your guns in the spirit of protecting not only yourself, but protecting your community. You in the community shooting people, and you shoot at Bobby, and you miss Bobby and hit the little kid on the porch. That's not cool. You was a little kid at one time. You used to be able to sit on the porch. Have that same consideration for other people's kids, and even your kids if you have any. And I'm saying this to you guys. Listen. Understand. People. You might feel disrespected. You may feel, angry about life and how it's rolling for you, and things is not coming together. But it will. You just have to sit down and take charge of your own self and your behavior. And let's get it together, bro. We're headed to self-extinction. We're headed to, what could be a race war one day. I don't know, man. I don't have no answers. But the things that we can control, which is ourselves and our situation, let's start right there, bro. Until next time, bro. Be peaceful, my man. Like real shit. I'm out.